Superman and Batman are arguably the two most popular superheroes in the world, at least if you look at it from the perspective of a 90s kid, of a kid growing up in the 80s, 70s. These two characters have been completely disgraced by Warner Brothers. When I grew up, Superman was larger than life. Batman, the same thing. And outside of just a few good movies in the past 10 years, DC Universe has completely ignored their absolute best asset. Why is it so freaking hard to make a good Superman movie? It's Superman. That's why. Well, at least that's what I'm starting to think. A good Superman movie makes hundreds of millions of dollars, and yet they seem to refuse to make it. And now it appears that they're in some sort of negotiation argument. They might just be posturing both sides. But rumor is that Henry Cavill, which I thought was an excellent casting for Superman, is out. And on top of that, Warner Brothers wants to focus on a Supergirl movie instead of Superman. Hardly anybody watches the Supergirl TV show. Why in the hell would you be forcing a movie on people that don't want it? We're still waiting for you to develop Superman. DC has been licking the balls of Marvel for the past 10 years, and they rushed everything out. They had to rush out the Avengers. They didn't bother developing any of the characters. Superman gets nothing before he's in Superman versus Batman. Are you kidding me? If you could have had a Christopher Nolan style Superman trilogy that develops the character, think about how amazing that would be. You get to see everything that shapes him the way he is, which we saw in Man of Steel. But then they just forced him into fighting Batman. Forced on the Avengers. Why? Superman is the most popular hero you have. Why do you continue to screw him over? And now Ben Affleck's out as Batman. For me, I was on the fence about him as Batman. I thought he was fine. The biggest problem I had with Batfleck was just that he was basically, in a lot of ways, bigger than the role. So it's hard for me to stop seeing Ben Affleck when I saw Batman. I don't think he did bad. It's just not my favorite. Warner Brothers and DC is a match made in comic book fan hell. And now you get the far left media floating out, which is, I'm sure, I feel like this is just a troll. I'm not going to get too worked up about it, but Superman, Michael B. Jordan reportedly being considered to replace Henry Cavill. Is that like how Idris Elba was reportedly being considered to be the next James Bond? This is the same recipe these shill activist websites that masquerade as fandom sites like IGN or Polygon or Kotaku get clicks. There's no way Michael B. Jordan is going to be the next Superman. because we don't even know if there will ever be another Superman movie again. It's like they can't understand why the Marvel Cinematic Universe is just beating them so badly. Maybe it's because they took time to develop the characters. Maybe it's because they put in the work to develop people like Iron Man over the last 10 years. Captain America, Thor. And now every time they put out a video or a movie, the fandom knows these characters. They're played by the same people every time. You develop their story. You develop why they do what they do. And DC keeps losing. And they think, well, it must be because more diversity? I don't know. DC Universe is mismanagement on Warner Brothers' part. The problems with the DC Universe. They rushed Justice League out without first developing all of the core cast and their own features and their own individual storylines. Marvel envy is what killed DC, not Henry playing Superman. Reports that Warner has considered casting Michael B. Jordan in the role for future installments down the road. Sources have reported that future Superman movies are several years out. But Warner Brothers has been looking at different angles to take with future films, as they are unaware the current DC universe has not seen the level of success the fans would like. Make a good freaking movie, you idiots! Suicide Squad could have been great, but you didn't do anything to develop these characters, so why do we care? Why? You saw that Marvel was doing these entourage, ensemble cast videos, movies, and that's what you wanted to do because you saw Marvel money. Problem is, you didn't do any of the work. You've done none of the work. That's why these movies fail. Yeah, Harley Quinn, haha, she's hot, ha 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 ha. Don't know anything about her. Didn't build up to her, just threw her in the movie and expected everyone to pay and go see it. Hey, everyone likes the Joker. My opinion is Joker could probably hold down his own movie. The Joker's origin story. What if we got a series of movies from DC about the origins of these characters? And at the end, you kind of see where the Joker kind of clashes with Batman a little bit. But the movie's about building up the Joker. Then the next movie he's in, we might actually care about. Jordan is known in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for his role in Black Panther as the antagonist, Eric Killmonger. He was fine in that role, by the way. Not great. Michael B. Jordan is a good actor. I didn't think his performance in that film was all that memorable, but there was a lot of tall, long shadows to stand out from. As a future Superman solo is still years away, which it shouldn't be. Are you kidding me with this push for patriotism in this country right now? You should be releasing a Superman movie on the 4th of July. Idiots. Reportedly, they are focusing on Supergirl origin movie as the studio's top priority right now. Who cares about Supergirl? 3% of the people that give a shit about Superman. That's where you're focusing your time? Why? Just because Wonder Woman was successful? Wonder Woman was a great movie. A blind squirrel will find a nut every now and again. That's what I think of Wonder Woman. Because every other movie that you have, you completely bungle. As reported earlier, that Warner Brothers was the one that parted ways from Cavill, making him the second main actor leaving the DC universe, as Ben Affleck is also reportedly finishing his role of Batman after Suicide Squad 2. Following the box office disappointment of Justice League, it's like they put it on the fans. Oh, well, the box office didn't do that good. No, your movie was shit. Everybody knew it was. Nobody went and saw it. So what? You're gonna just restructure everything. You're gonna recast Batman. You're gonna trot out old Bat. Try to get people to come back into your universe. That's lazy. You have to put in the time to develop the characters so the fans can relate to them. So the fans have something invested in that character. That's how this works, you idiots. You can't just put Batman out there and expect everyone to run to the movies. You can't just run out a Joker character. Why won't anyone see Aquaman? Well, maybe because you haven't put in the time and the work. Bringing cameos in, putting a little sprinkle here and there, a little more, and then gauging the audience to see, hey, is this somebody that could hold their own? Is this somebody that they think that they want to learn more about? And you have Batfleck ending after this. Last stint as Dark Knight may come in the Suicide Squad sequel rather than in Flashpoint, as reported last year. With Justice League's underwhelming box office performance, it's currently unknown if Flashpoint will even get made, according to the site. It's also worth noting that Affleck has worked with the director Gavin O'Connor before on 2016's The Accountant, which I actually liked that movie. I know it's like a vanilla movie, but I liked it. Now, Affleck did say last year that, he's kind of over it. And that's the thing. I still believe that casting Ben Affleck to play Batman was a mistake. Because there will always be a segment of the people like me that just couldn't unsee Ben Affleck. Even though he's got the look. Even though I thought he did fine. You have to cast people that fit the role. This is why Michael B. Jordan is not going to work as Superman. Go ahead and do it. See what happens. And we'll all laugh at you when that movie fails too. Stop screwing with the DC Universe, Warner. Jesus, give it to somebody else. Anybody. Sick of this.